down!
Bloody howling!
I'm the true gunslinger around here.
Swallow game!
On your fire ahead.
You're mine! Burn it hell! Rip and tear! Be still!
Bloody
Rising
howling!
falcon! Here I come! Demon fang! Too fast! Try harder! My turn! Swallow blade!
On your
Crush! First strike! You're mine! Take this! I'm ready! Still!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
I'm just getting
Another flame
carved
inside!
Do it!
Still!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! Onward and upward.
Far enough! Searing flame! Reload!
Tear you apart!
Let them march! It's like trying to keep up with a wolf!
Double demon fang!
By the power of water! Annihilation!
Rising
We've
phoenix!
been snelling to me.
Yeah! And the trouble is me! Well, they've got a roll now! Where are you going?
Super swallow dance!
I'm
You're
healing
mine!
you!
Bloody
Swallow
howling!
blade!
Healing circle! Healing! Flame of fury! Burning strike! Glacial spear! Here's evil!
Take this! Swallow blade!
Pile driver!
Severing wind! Start up!
Let me help!
I owe you one. Here I come!
Flame of fury! Burning strike! Water! Hear my call!
Ripping you apart!
Burn!
Bloody howling!
Take this! I'm knocked up!
Far enough! Freeze Lancer! I can't heal you forever!
Here I come!
This is it!
Take this!
Here! Do it!
Here I'm off!
Look sharp! Lightning tiger blade!
Searing flame! Reload!
Everlasting jump!
Out of the question!
Soaring blast!
Resurrect! Do it!
Double demon fang!
Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Haha! Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
You picked the wrong fight! Time to cross blade! Dazzle! Stardust!
Eastern! Downfall! Talon Glacial Spear! Here's
Take
evil!
this!
Talon Hurricane! That'll bring you down!
Rip it to
On a roll now! Equal Assault! Here's a healing arm!
Nothing gets by me!
Far enough!
Here I come!
These fists have got your name on them!
Double demon fang!
Talon Hurricane! Rip it tear!
I'll
Not
fix
on
you.
my watch!
Take
Equal
this!
Assault!
Can't get out of this!
Healing Circle!
Not today!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Talon
Hurricane! With my arm.
Swallow blade!
Glimmer
Double
Blade!
demon fang!
Death!
charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Tough field!
You're finished! Stardust! Eat this!
Here I go!
Glimmer Dragon on the wind! Now I'm in the groove! Rising Phoenix! Eagle Assault! Bloody
I'm all stuffed up!
Divine Wind! Stardust! Rising Phoenix! I'll tear you apart! Here I come! Swallow Blade!
Another incantation ruined.
That'll bring you down!
I'm not done! Can you take it? Swallow Blade! You flame inside me! You're Take this! It's over!
Ready! I'll heal you all!
Hurricane! Burn in hell! They smite with blackened blade! Far enough! Eat this! Here I come!
Here I
Storm!
come! Not on my watch!
Dazzle! Take it!
Fled!
Resonate! River!
Astral energy!
Say no more.
My exploits are bearing fruit.
Get lost!
Take this! I'm not done! Just to the dance on the wind!
A scream bathed in blood.
You're mine! You're mine! You're mine!
Reflect on thy sin.
You're mine! Blackened blade! Take this! I'm not done! It's time! And got you! Take this!
Bathed in blood.
I'm on you apart! Bloody howling!
Radiant flash! Searing flame! Reload!
Take this! Eagle Swallow Blade!
I'm all stuffed up! Mega
Now!
ray!
Eat this!
Annihilate
with the
ready!
earth!
Explode! This one's mine!
I'm ready!
This is it!
Bloody howling! All finish you here and now! Swallow Blade! Take this!
Glacial steel! Here's the
Take
eagle!
this! Hey! Blow them away!
Well then, let's keep moving.
What the? When did it get pitch dark all of a sudden?
The lights are all out. Think it has something to do with the explosion back in the Forbidden Zone? Doe?
You two. Faria, Avakir. Thank goodness you're safe.
Avakir filled me in about everything. About how I ambushed you all.
She doesn't remember a thing, so she really was being controlled.
He told me about Tarnigan, too. Is it true?
What difference does it make? What's done is done.
Stop casting me off, just for once!
Faria, not now. It can wait. Dohalim, Lenegus is in grave peril.
So I can see.
It's the city's core reactor. It's damaged. Some of the basic systems we've managed to keep online, but complete restoration's still a way off.
You're an elite technician, though. You can fix it, right?
If so, then what's the problem?
Panic's begun to set in among the citizens. Until now, whenever something like this happened, the Sovereign would issue a decree. But this time, not so much as a peep. Any longer, and we run the risk of riots breaking out before we can get things back up and running.
Forget the Sovereign. I doubt you'll be hearing from him anytime soon.
What's that supposed to mean? Do you know something I don't?
Suffice it to say, the Sovereign isn't the kind of ruler we thought he was. That is, if he ever even existed, which is looking doubtful at this stage.
Are you out of your mind? Why, if people knew that a lord such as yourself was whispering such blasphemy, they'd...
There's no time to explain now. It sounds like we need to find a way to keep Lenegis from spiraling out of control.
We need to stop that riot.
But how do we do that?
Riots feed on discontent and unrest, right? So if we want to keep the peace, we just need to put people's minds at ease.
At ease? Like by letting them hear directly from someone they trust. That's it. Who's the highest-ranking person in Lenegis right now?
Lenegis wouldn't have a next in line. After all, you said the Sovereign rules over everyone directly, right?
Correct. The closest thing to an authority figure would be a lord. And the only one left is... Ah. Very well then. Avakir, you mentioned a few facilities were still online. Which ones?
Why hasn't the Sovereign said anything?
Please, won't somebody explain what's going on?
Is it over? What's going to happen to all of us?
Heed me now, fellow Renans of Lenegis. It is I, Lord Dohalim Ilkaris of Elda Menancia.
Look, up there! It's Lord Dohalim!
Hold on! He should be in the crown contest! Shouldn't he? Why isn't the Sovereign talking to us?
The Sovereign is seeing to other matters right now. In my capacity as Lord, I speak to you in his stead. You're afraid, as people so often are when faced with the unknown. I hope you'll allow me to put your fears to rest. The city's core reactor has experienced a malfunction. However, we have our top engineers attending to the matter, and things will soon be back to normal. I know that you feel abandoned, perhaps more scared and alone than ever before. But I ask you all to keep one thing in mind. You are Lenegis, not the lords and sovereign. The solidarity of its citizens is the mortar that holds it together. If we don't allow ourselves to be distracted by our differences, if we put our hearts and minds together and stand as one, I am confident we will find new hope. I would be honored to stand with you. Not as a person of loftier rank, but as another human being among many. I hope that you'll lend me your strength, for if we can persevere as one, I know a bright tomorrow awaits.
Your speech seems to have done the trick. Looks like the city won't be descending into chaos after all.
I only pray the relief will tide the city over for the time being.
What you said earlier, about the Sovereign possibly not even existing, was it true?
It's still too premature to say with any certainty, but I believe so. This whole time, this world we've been fed was a lie, built on nothing but falsehoods.
But it can't all have been...
I can believe it. After everything I saw in the Forbidden Zone, what they did to Faria, it's the only explanation that makes sense.
But what about hierarchy, Avakir? Authority? The very foundations of Renan society? How can we live without someone to guide us?
I'd say we found someone capable of doing just that, wouldn't you?
You? You can't be serious.
I have business I must take care of first. But once everything is over, I shall return. But not as your sovereign, nor as a leader the likes of which the people here are used to, I think.
But how else do you propose to rule?
I'm not sure yet. All I have is a feeling that here in Lenegis, a new dawn is on the verge of breaking. One in which people won't be judged by birthright or on the power of their astral arts, but on other things. More important things. Things like, oh, I don't know, musical talent, for example.
When I bumped into you after all those years, I said you were no different. But I was wrong. Truth is, you were always different. I feel like maybe now I can finally begin to accept Turnigan's death. To see a future.
You go finish whatever it is you've got to do. I'll hold down the fort here in Lenegus till you get back.
Thank you.
I guess you're not going to make it to Menancia for the foreseeable future, huh?
Indeed. Forgive me.
The people of Elda Menancia can look after themselves just fine. It's the ones here on Lenegus who need someone to guide them. Besides, with you leading the people here, it'll help spread the idea of coexistence beyond Menancia's borders that much faster.
Sounds like you're in it for the long haul.
How could I not be, after the second chance that I've been granted? From this day forth, I shall dedicate myself to the future inhabitants of this world. Though the memories of the departed shall remain forever in my heart.
Remember, you're going to be leading the people here, not ruling them.
True enough. Whatever would I do without you, Kisara?
With or without her, I suspect you're gonna have your hands full when the time comes. We should be heading back to the ship. Business on Rena awaits. Looks like the people of Lenegus can rest easy.
I couldn't have done it without your words of encouragement, Law.
Hey, you're the one who made the speech.
I think everybody can share the credit here.
In one sense, when all is said and done, perhaps I have been a slave this whole time too.
You, a Renan lord? How do you figure that exactly?
I was complicit in the Renan system, bound by its values, resigned to being swept along, without the resolve to take a stand. And when I realized the severity of my mistake, all I longed for was punishment. A lord. And yet my first instinct was to place my fate in the hands of others.
I think I can relate. I couldn't stand watching my people bow and scrape their way through life, but I didn't know what else I could do about it either. The ability to think for yourself and be your own master. That's what separates a slave from a free person. At least, that's what Law's dad Zephyr used to say. Zephyr taught me how to fight. But in doing so, he also taught me how to live.
Even if it means stumbling along the way. If it's on a road of our own choosing, free of regret. Why, that's the road of freedom. Or, to put it another way, so long as his heart is compromised, even the loftiest of kings is no freer than a slave. I think I finally understand now. This Zephyr character sounds like he was a wise man indeed. I only wish I could have met him.
There's just so much I wish I could ask him, especially now. I wonder, have I been correctly carrying on the torch that he passed to me?